The 6 begins with newly released dramatic video out of Loudoun County tonight showing an attempted traffic stop by federal agents.
Well, this video is showing that the truck tears through a neighborhood before crashing into a Sterling home this morning. Agents taking off to try to catch the alleged suspect.
Now, this happened on Sherwood Court. The Loudoun County Sheriff's Office says no one was hurt. It's now looking into that pursuit. We have reached out to ICE for more information. We have not heard back. We'll have much more coming up tonight at 10 and 11, so stay with Fox 5.
But in the meantime, in Montgomery County over in Maryland, a water rescue unit was called in to help with an ICE arrest along the Clara Barton Parkway. Happened this morning near Lock 10 and Potomac River. Park police say they were working with ICE on a commercial vehicle enforcement stop when 3 people inside that vehicle got out. 2 were arrested. 1 is still on the run. Boat crews were called in to see if the alleged suspect went into the water. And a new campaign called End the Ice Age, now pushing for major changes following the deaths of 2 immigrants while in ICE custody in Maine and Texas. Today, immigration justice advocates were on Capitol Hill urging Congress to pass the so-called Melt Ice Act. The bill would end ICE's authority to detain and monitor immigrants and shift that funding to community services.
If we can dismantle the agencies that protect life in this country, we can dismantle this agency that tramples on it. It is time to melt ice, to end the ice age, and to once and for all dedicate our resources to the things that support human life and dignity.
The Melt Ice Act has not been scheduled for a vote and is unlikely to ever receive one in the current Republican-controlled Congress.
A high-stakes fight heating up on Capitol Hill over who controls D.C.'s taxes. A House committee has voted to strip the council of its power to raise taxes without congressional approval. Republicans call it protecting taxpayers. Democrats claim it's an attack on home rule.
And Fox 5's Tom Fitzgerald is live on Capitol Hill with the very latest. And Fitz, both sides, they've really come out swinging.
Good evening. This was emotional today. The way it stands right now, if the D.C. Council wants to pass a tax hike, it has 30 days if Congress can approve or disapprove of it, and then it would go into effect. This bill today, though, that would turn it on its head. Under this new legislation proposed by James Comer, who's the chairman of the House Oversight Committee, any tax increase by the D.C. Council would go up to Capitol Hill, and it would have to be approved by both the House of Representatives and the U.S. Senate. Now, Democrats say this is a major imposition on the elected leaders in D.C.'s local government. This is called the D.C. Taxing Authority Review Act. Republicans on the House Oversight Committee, by and large, praised this legislation while calling the D.C. Council, quote, radical and socialist. This fall, in fact, the D.C. Council will be holding a hearing to look at new ways to raise revenues. Recently, they passed a 20-cent tax on food delivery, which caused the company DoorDash to actually support this bill.
Rather than cutting spending, the ultra-progressive and socialist Democrat candidate for mayor and the D.C. Council want to tax D.C. business and residents into oblivion.
Congress has ultimate authority over the District of Columbia.
Let's be clear in recognizing the district has a spending problem, not a revenue problem. They got a lot of money.
Well, as you might expect, Democrats lashed out at this today on the Hill. They call this bill a massive overreach of congressional authority, perhaps the biggest threat to home rule since it started back in 1973. Now, in a statement today, Mayor Bowser also pointed out she objects to the bill, but if passed, it could actually prevent the D.C. Council from cutting taxes on their own. Others warn that if this goes through, it would turn the United States Congress into a supersized D.C. Council.
If you don't like D.C.'s budget, its policies, its tax policies, you can run for mayor or city council.
The bill in front of us, which takes away D.C.'s authority to impose or increase a tax or revenue unless Congress approves, is a direct attack on the residents.
You want to run the D.C. budget? Why don't we run our own budget instead of letting the president have the power of the purse?
In the end, this legislation was approved by the Oversight Committee, but it faces a much tougher road in the United States Senate. We're live on the Hill tonight. Send it back into you.
Thanks, Fitz. Montgomery County leaders now taking a stand against data centers. Today, the county's Economic Development Committee unanimously backing an 18-month moratorium on permits for data centers. The bill gives county leaders time to do more research and also develop regulations. The bill now heads to the full county council for a vote next Tuesday.
The reality is there are so many unanswered questions that we need to get this right.
It's a long enough period with the work that has been done, but there's more to do, and we need to do it in an organized way. And so there's a lot that needs to be worked on with the community, and this will allow the time and space to do that.
Well, county leaders say that a new staff report analyzing the potential impacts of data centers will be coming out soon.
The driver charged in the deadly I-95 bus crash in Stafford County could get out of jail soon. Jing Dong was granted bond today on 3 of 5 involuntary manslaughter charges stemming from the May crash. Police say Dong failed to slow down for a work zone and slammed into multiple vehicles, killing 5 people and injuring dozens. He has another bond hearing on Friday for the remaining 2 charges. Today's $25,000 bond includes conditions for the New Yorker, like finding a place to live in Virginia.
Well, tonight, a Prince George's County man behind bars in Montgomery County accused of stalking and trying to break into the home of a pregnant woman in Silver Spring.
Fox 5's chief legal correspondent Katie Barlow live in Rockville tonight in the courtroom for that man's bond hearing today. Katie, what happened?
Well, even the judge remarked how unusual this case is. 20-year-old Adrian Walls has no criminal history. He was set to go to college in the fall in Santa Monica, California as a sophomore, and both his parents and uncle were in court attesting to his character today. But he is charged with attempted first-degree burglary because police say that he was caught on surveillance footage trailing a woman in a Kohl's department store, a pregnant woman, following her around the store while pleasuring himself. And then when she left, he trailed her in a car to her home and then tried to break into her home from the basement window.
This case is going to be handled by the Special Victims Division of the State's Attorney's Office. We're going to give careful attention to it, given the concerning behavior that he demonstrated or was alleged to have demonstrated in this incident on July 10th.
Walls is not charged in any other case, but 2 additional victims are mentioned in the charging documents. On May 12th, a woman called police after a man matching Walls' description followed her around the Target and Giant stores in the Kohl's shopping center. Howard County police saw Walls speed out of the parking lot and eventually pulled him over in the same vehicle he's accused of driving in the first case. On June 23rd, a man told police that a person matching Walls' description was stalking his girlfriend at the Giant. The suspect was operating a vehicle with a tag number that matched Walls. Prosecutors also say Walls nearly caused 2 vehicle crashes while he was attempting to follow the pregnant victim out of the parking lot to her home. This is clearly escalating behavior, prosecutors said, and the judge agreed and ordered him to remain behind bars to ensure the safety of the community.
I think it can happen anywhere. People say that all the time. And so we just have to be aware where we are in our surroundings.
Walls is set to go to trial September 3rd, but that could change because this investigation is ongoing, and prosecutors say if you have any information that might be relevant to the case, to call police.
Katie Barlow, thank you. The district spent $220 million on overtime last year. A new report out from the D.C. auditor. Officials say the data highlights the need for D.C.'s public safety agencies to hire more. The report also found public safety workers took an average of 9 weeks of various types of leave. That means many police officers, dispatchers, and firefighters were unavailable for duty. More than 1,000 positions are vacant.